Hey, how's it going? This is Ray Martinez with Actitud y Pasión. How's it going out there? Hey, it's been a while, but hey, we're here, we're live, and man, today we're gonna bring another empowering episode of Actitud y Pasión, where, as you know, we dive deep into the mindset, the habits, and the energy that shapes a winner's lifestyle. Tonight's episode is simple but life changing. Mindset, success mindset equals daily victory. Success isn't something you stumble upon, it's not luck, it's not talent alone. It's a mindset, a way of thinking, deciding, acting, and showing up every single day. If you win the day, you win your week. You win your week, you win your future. So, the real question tonight is, are you thinking like a winner or just wishing for success? So, guys, this is Actitud y Pasión. You can see the show live on the Actitud y Pasión page. You can also see it on YouTube channel. It is already stringing. Let me double check. Yes, it's stringing on the live on the Actitud and Pasión string yard. It is also on my profile. It should be on my profile. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. It says it's going there. And it should be, yeah, it's live on my profile page as well. And let's welcome Clarissa Ray Ray. Hey, Clarissa, how's it going? Glad to see you here. It's been a while, but yeah, you know what? I'm glad you're here. So buckle up, guys, and grab that popcorn, grab your coffee, beverage, wine, whatever it is, lemonade, and just sit back and relax. Because man, we're gonna have an awesome show. And like I said, today's topic will be on success mindset, daily victory, because it is a daily victory, guys. It's a daily victory to do this, and so we're gonna start off right off the bat, guys. First point that we're gonna talk about is that success is a daily decision. It's a daily decision, guys. You can't not. ¿Cómo se dice? It's not a one day yes, a one day no. It's constant, constant thing you do, man. Daily victory. So here we go. Success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. That makes sense? Every morning, you get a chance to decide, am I committed to my goals today or am I just cruising through the day? A success mindset, guys, with intentional mornings, clear goals, and a mental focus. That's where champions are built right there. So you got to ask yourself, guys, what's one habit I'm committed to every day that aligns me on my long term vision? What is it that you do every day that helps you get to your goal? You know, example, a person who wakes up and spends 10 minutes visualizing their goals are more likely to take action than somebody, getting up and getting on Facebook, getting on Instagram, that kind of deal. So it depends on what you're focused on. Does that make sense? And so that's where we need to be, guys. Because otherwise, um, you know, it's not going to work. Success is not a one-time event. It's not something you stumble into by chance or on luck overnight. It's the results of daily choices, small, intentional, repeated actions that align with your bigger vision. And why does this matter? Every day you have two options. You can drift with your feelings or decide with your future in mind. Decide with your future in mind. I want to walk today. I want to get up. I want to go walking. Decide. Okay. I'm going to do this today because I'm going to keep doing it, and because I'm doing it because I decided I was going to walk every day, and so I need to go. You need to follow through with what your plan is. Success mindset doesn't wait for motivation. As we were talking about last week, sometimes you have the motivation. Well, when motivation stops, you're left now with discipline, and discipline keeps going, takes over. It chooses discipline, focus, and purpose, no matter the mood or the weather. Wow. Used to have, my friend, good friend, Victoria Christensen from up in Norway, she would always say, it's extremely cold up there in Norway, and she would say, over here, it's all about the clothes. No matter what the weather is, you just wear the right clothes and you go do what you need to do. You go walking, have your morning walks. You go, whatever, bike, go to the coffee shop or whatever. It doesn't matter how cold it is. You just wear the proper clothes and you're okay. The secret to your future is hidden in your daily routines, guys. Your daily routines. So the thing is that, let me share a very quick picture here because, just in case you miss what we're doing, here it is. And this is what we're doing, guys. Actitud y Pasión presents Success Mindset Daily Victory. It's today. It's today. You're right here. You're where you need to be. So, guys, focus on that. That makes sense? Focus on that. So, wow. Anyway, so yeah, that's what we need to do. What else? Uh, let's see. A student decides to study an hour daily and later graduates with honors. That is somebody who was focused on their long-term goal. That makes sense? A businessman wakes up every morning at 5 a.m. to plan. After months of effort, after months of waking up at 5 a.m., lunching, and is now ready to launch its business and is being successful. Another one, a person battling illnesses chooses daily positive gratitude and movement and rebuilds their strength every day. Yeah, especially when you're sick, man, it's really easy to be negative. It's really easy to say, "Oh man, it's gone, it's over for me." No, you have to be positive. You have to be grateful that you're still alive. You have to be grateful that you're breathing. You have to be grateful that you're still around those that love you. And there's got to be movement. And who knows, you'll gain your strength. In all the cases, guys, their success came from what they chose to do each day, not what they hope would happen someday. So, are you someday people or are you today people? Today I'm going to be successful or someday I'll be successful. Someday I'll start walking or today I'm going to start walking. Someday uh I'll graduate from the university. Or today I'm going to study hard so that I can graduate from the university. Today, people, someday, people. Someday. Maybe someday. Excuses so it never happens someday. So the thing is this, reflect on this question. What decisions are you making today that your future self will thank you for? You know, what decisions? We want to do what we want to do now, but are those decisions helping us achieve what we want to achieve in the future? Or are we living our lives for just the good moments of today, the having the fun today? Are your habits aligned with the life you say you want? You say you want to be successful. Are your habits aligned with that statement? You say you want to lose weight. Are your actions, your habits, the way you eat, whether you exercise, what you do, or is that are those actions in line with your goal of losing weight? Are you choosing excuses or choosing effort? Are you choosing excuses or choosing effort, guys? Success doesn't come from what you do occasionally. It comes from what you do constantly. Constantly, constantly, constantly. Every day, every day. Not okay, today, well, okay, 4, 5, 6 weeks, no, and then okay, today I go walk. No, 4, 5, 6, I don't walk in. Well, okay, today I go walk. Another month goes by and I'm not walking. Oh, let me start walking again. No, it's not gonna work that way. You know, you're not gonna work that way. So today, guys, choose a purpose. Today, choose to progress. Today, choose the mindset of a champion. Does that make sense? And so, to get you in the mood, let me share with you this uh this video. You know, I always like to share pictures, and I always have a video for each show. So, guys, share the show. It's being again. It's on Facebook. It's on YouTube, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We need subscribers in there. Okay, so here it is, the video of for today's program. Hey, and there we are. It's live on the my profile page of Ray Martinez at Actitud y Pasión, guys. So we're ready. Okay. So what you guys think of that? You know, there's pretty cool pictures in there, huh? And so, and they're all geared for you to have success, man. All of them, every single one of them. Let me look. Where did I have those? Here we go. I think some of them are here. But you know, let me share this one. And this one we saw last week here. Uh, we saw this particular one last week, and I'm going to bring it back because we talked a little bit about the same thing. And this is one of the things we're doing, guys. We got to build habits. We got to build everyday habits, positive habits, healthy habits, new habits, life changing habits, habits that control yourself so you can have your future. That makes sense? Win today, win tomorrow. Lose today, you're going to lose the battle and you'll never get there. Does that make sense? María Romo, ¿qué tal? Saludos, aquí estamos con actitud y pasión. Gracias, María. Qué bueno que estamos hablando del tema que es. ¿Qué es el tema? Ay, se me olvidó. El tema es éxito, el mindset del éxito, la victoria que tenemos todos los días. Hay que tener victoria todos los días. Si tenemos ese mindset, ese mindset de éxito, we're going to have that mindset. We're going to have that daily. Does that make sense, guys? And so, guys, take you to the next point, guys. Let's go to the next point. And the next point is going to be on. So, guys, in coming back, every morning you get a chance to decide, am I committed to my goal today or am I cruising? You know, next point, guys, el punto número dos, the next point, the inner voice shapes your outer life. Your inner voice shapes your, yes, la mentalidad del éxito. Sí, claro que sí. Es todo está aquí, todo está aquí. Si lo piensas, se puede convertir en realidad. If you think it, it will become a reality. If you think it, it can become a reality. If you don't think it, hey, you don't know what's going on. Nothing's going on. Nothing's happening, right? And so the thing is this. The thing is this, guys. Your inner voice shapes your outer life. Your inner voice shapes your outer life. And whether you think you can or you think you cannot, you are right. Henry Ford said that years ago. Whether you think you can, si tú piensas que puedes, estás correcto. Si piensas que no puedes, estás correcto. Lo dijo Henry Ford. Y es verdad. Because you said in your mind, ya lo pusiste en tu mente que no puedes. Ya lo pusiste en tu mente que sí puedes lograrlo. Entonces, lo puedes lograr. Then you can achieve it. A success mindset requires mental discipline. Controlling your inner dialect and your doubts and your fears. Tienes que controlar tu miedo, tus dudas, la manera que te hablas, tienes que controlar eso. Si no, tu disciplina mental, ¡pum!, no va a funcionar. Stop feeding yourself thoughts of I am not ready, maybe later. Quítate esas palabras de tu mente, que ahorita no estás listo, quizás después. Tú eres un campeón, tú eres una campeona. Tú puedes. Tú lo puedes lograr. You're a champ. You can do it. You're ready. Go for that idea. You have an idea? Go with it. But you got to work with it. When was the last time you caught yourself in negative self-talk? Did you challenge it or did you believe it? ¿Cuándo fue la última vez que estuviste teniendo una conversación negativa con ti mismo? ¿Te retates y dijiste, hay que parar ese tipo de conversación con yo mismo? ¿O te la creítes? Si eso no está cambiando, el mindset se va a quedar igual. O sea, lo que le des al cerebro de pensar y sentir es como tú vas a actuar. Es como lo vas a actuar. Hay muchos ejemplos en la vida donde han tratado mal a niños y a otros niños los tratan muy bien. Los niños que los tratan muy bien, los tratan con amor, con cariño, son los que tienen más éxito. Porque ellos aprenden de chiquitos que ellos creen en sí mismos. Kids that are treated with love and shelter and respect and that they're encouraged grow up to be successful kids. Because nothing's impossible for them. That makes sense? Nothing's impossible for them. And that's where you need to be. That's exactly where you need to be. You cannot be talking negative to yourself. It'll send you to nowhere land. What you say to yourself when someone else is watching is more powerful than what anyone says about you. Your inner voice becomes your mindset, and your mindset becomes your action. Your action becomes your result. Your inner voice, la voz que está trabajando dentro de ti, es tu mindset. Y tu mindset se convierte en la acción. Y la acción se convierte en los resultados. That's powerful, guys. You live the words you believe. Tú vives las palabras que tú crees. Tú vives las palabras que tú crees. You live the words you live. But I'm not good enough. I can't do it. It's too hard. I don't think maybe later. You start believing that. You believe that. You live your life based on those words. No puedo, está muy difícil. No me lo merezco. Eso es para otras personas, no para mí. Yo no sirvo para eso. Si empiezas a escucharse esas voces, te conviertes en esas voces y nunca vas a lograr nada, porque estás atorado con esas palabras y tu carácter, tu vida está basada en esas palabras, palabras de perdedor. So, why does it matter? ¿Por qué importa esto? Your inner voice can be your best coach or your worst enemy. You're awesome. You can do it. Mi co-host, Adriana, de Argentina, se pone notitas en su espejo, se pone notitas en el comedor, se pone notitas en el refrigerador, se pone notitas en el carro, se pone notitas en todas partes, en donde dice, tú puedes, you're awesome, tú lo vas a lograr, vas a tener éxito. La mente empieza a creerse todo eso. Write yourself little notes, post notes, and put them all over. Put a big note on your mirror. In the morning you get up, you're washing your face, you're reading that note. You are awesome. Clarissa, you are awesome. María Romo, eres una campeona. Y la mente empieza a creer eso. Mi amiga Christian, Victoria Christensen decía, fake it till you make it. Tell your mind you're doing that. You're doing that. Eventually, your mind's going to believe it. Your mindset's going to take over, and you're going to be living that type of life. If your mind is full of doubt, fear, and self-criticism, it will block you from taking bold action. If your inner voice speaks courage, focus, and belief, it will move you towards success, even in the storms, even in the worst situations. Si tu voz te da apoyo, te da enfoque, te hace que lo creas, vas a lograr el éxito. No importa lo que esté pasando, no importa las tormentas que estén alrededor de ti, vas a tomar éxito. Whether you think you can or think you can't, you are right. That makes sense? A talented singer, un cantador con mucho talento, never performs because their inner voice says you're not good enough. Y conocemos bastantes personas que tienen voces tremendas, pero ellos piensan que no son lo suficiente buenos para estar en un escenario y nunca cantan, nunca suben a cantar. The average students become a top performer because they keep saying, I'm capable, I can improve, I belong here. You know what? I belong here. That reminds me of this. Every year, when we go to nationals, chess nationals, wherever they may be, I don't care. I tell my students, you belong there. You're good enough. You can do it. You're capable. They need to believe that they are good enough. And I tell them, you're good enough to be here. The best of the best are going to this tournament. The best of the nation are going to be there. And guess what? You're one of the best. And that's why you're going to this tournament. They have to believe it. Because once they're there, it's hard. And those that believe that they belong there, those that believe that they can do their best, are the ones that win. You know? So stop feeding yourself thoughts of I am not ready or maybe later. That makes sense? Stop feeding that. Stop doing that. Cool? You know, you got to stop doing that. Next point. Failure doesn't break you. Quitting does. Failure does not break you. Que fracasas no te quiebra. Si te rindes, sí. El que te rindes es el que te mata. Pero no que fracases. That makes sense? Not that you think about this. So the thing is this: we gotta change our language, guys. Let me go back a little bit before I go that. We gotta change our language. Tenemos que cambiar nuestro lenguaje. No estoy listo. I'm not ready. I'm going. I'm growing every day. I always mess up. Todo el tiempo me sale mal todo. A cambiarlo a estoy aprendiendo de cada paso. I am learning from every step. I will never make it. No, 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 no lo voy a hacer. No, no voy a poder. Two, I'm on my way. Ya estoy en camino. It's the way you talk to yourself that gets you to the next level. So, I am not my past. I am not my doubts. I am the author of my future, and I speak life into it daily. I am not my past. I am not my doubts. I am the author of my future, and I speak life into it daily. Daily, guys. I speak life to it daily. Does that make sense? All right. So cool. So let me go to the next point, guys. And the next point is going to be about, like I said, failure does not break you. Here we go. So failures does not break you. Quitting does. I have not failed. I have just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Thomas Edison, creator of the bulb, said this. No ha fracasado, solamente encontré 10,000 maneras de que no funciona, pero le sigo intentando. With the right mindset, failure becomes feedback. Without it, failure becomes an excuse. I tell my students, if you lose and we go over your game, you're going to learn. You're going to learn where you went wrong. You're going to learn how you can beat your opponent. You're going to learn where you can take advantage of your opponent's movements. And the next time you face that opponent, you're going to win. You're going to win. Does that make sense? So, again, failure does not break you. What breaks you is if you quit. Si te rindes, ya estás frito. Pero que fracases, no. Si fracasas, síguele dando, síguele dando, síguele dando. El éxito está más cerca. En las ventas, in sales, they say that you wait for the yes. No, 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 no. Yes, and then the yeses come. The yeses come. I used to sell encyclopedias back when I was maybe like 20 years old. I'd go door to door and sell encyclopedias. Yeah. And that's one of the things I learned. Every door was a possible yes, and if it was a no, it would get me closer to the yes. Every door got me closer to the yes. Every door got me closer to the yes. And so I learned really fast. The more no's I get, the more yeses I'm going to get later. Because once the yeses come in, boom, 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 boom. I tell my students, they'll win, especially when they're starting off and they're losing, and they come to me to train because they were losing all this time. And maybe their first tournament goals, and they're, they still have that mindset. They have the loser mindset. And I have to tell them, the wins will come. The wins will come. La victoria va a venir. La victoria va a venir. Tú sigue adelante. La victoria va a venir. The wins will come. And they do. And when they come, they're surprised. They've gone stronger. They believe their mindset has changed. And these are little kids. And yes, they're trained to be successful. They're trained to be successful. So the thing is this: successful people don't avoid failure, they manage it and grow from it. Successful people do not avoid failure, they manage it and they grow from it. Does that make sense? All right. So the thing is this: are you letting one bad day erase your momentum? Or are you using it to bounce back stronger? Oprah was fired, and we talk a lot about Oprah here, was fired from her first TV show. Walt Disney was told he lacked creativity. He wasn't creative enough. They didn't stop. They shifted. That makes sense? They shifted. And so yeah, they didn't stop. They shifted. Um, so and they were successful. The rest is history. Does that make sense? And so failure does not break you, quitting does. Failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of the journey. What breaks momentum, dreams, and potential is not falling, it's refusing to rise again. Uh, Rocky kept falling down. He get knocked down. He get knocked down, but he kept getting up. He kept getting up, and he would win the round. He would win the fight. You may encounter many defeats, but you must not be defeated. That makes sense? Why is this critical, guys? Every successful person has failed repeatedly. Todas las personas que han tenido éxito en el pasado han fracasado. Fracaso tras fracaso, fracaso tras fracaso, y al final se convierten en personas exitosas. The difference is they used their failures while others ran from them. Failure gives you feedback. You can review it, you can analyze it, and you can change what you did. Failure teaches you what works and what doesn't. Failure builds mental muscles, humility, creativity. Failure does not kill dreams. Giving up does. El fracaso no mata tus sueños. El fracaso no mata tus sueños. Que te rindas, eso sí mata tus sueños. Si te rindes, tus sueños están muertos. Failure does not kill your dreams. Quitting does. That makes sense? Quitting kills your dreams, guys. So the thing is this. Everybody has, every successful person out there has failed at times. Walt Disney, J.K. Rowling's rejected by 20 publishers before Harry Potter was accepted. She was broke, divorced, and struggling, but she didn't quit. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. His response, what did he say? I'll work harder. Later he said, I'll I have failed over and over and over again in my life. That's why I succeeded. The danger of quitting, guys. What is the danger of quitting? When you quit, you stop learning. When you stop growing, you give up the responsibility or the possibility of being successful just because you didn't get an instant result. And often people quit uh, after they're 90% there. They just need one more day and one more attempt and one more step. Most people give up right before the miracle happens. Wow. We all seen that picture. Man, I don't know if I have it. No, I don't think I have it. Or maybe I do, but I just thought about it. But we all seen that picture of the guy digging and digging and digging and digging and digging, and his partner, is digging and digging, and he finds, a diamond, and the guy that was digging and digging, gets tired. I mean, I'd be digging all day, digging all week, and nada, and so he gets out of his where he was digging, and he goes where his friend was digging, and his friend found a diamond. So he starts digging there crazy, 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 crazy. But then we see a picture of where he was actually digging, and had he dig just a little bit, he would have found a whole bunch of diamonds. And that's the way life is, guys. If you quit, you will miss your diamond. You will miss your opportunity of success. You will miss your opportunity to become wealthy, to reach your happiness, to reach your goals, to reach your wealth. That makes sense? So you have to keep digging. You have to keep digging. So the questions to challenge your mindset are this: what failure have you been running from instead of learning from? What failure have you been running from instead of learning from? Have you mistaken a temporary loss for a final verdict? Is the fear of failing bigger than your desire to grow? Mm, wow. So we need to shift our failure into fuel, guys, into fuel. Make failure your friend. A friend of mine from Mexico, Shelly Campos, has a rare cancer, or has had a rare cancer. It deformed her face completely. She wrote a book, um, El Cáncer, mi amigo. She turned cancer into her friend, and now she lives a life of joy and helps a lot of people. I mean, cancer, wow, that's heavy stuff. The mindset was there. She switched it around. She converted cancer into her friend, and she was able to work with it. Here's how to reframe failure. Negative view: I fail, I am no good. The growth view point of view, or the growth mindset, says I learn, I will get better. The negative viewpoint: this didn't work, The growth mindset says, this method didn't work yet. Negative mindset, negative point of view. I'll never succeed. The positive mindset. Success takes time, effort, and tests. Failure or fail fast, learn faster. That's how winners operate. That makes sense? Fail fast, learn faster. So, here's an affirmation to live by. Failure is my teacher, not my enemy. I may fall, but I do not quit. Every setback is a setup for my comeback. Failure is my teacher, not my enemy. I may fall, but I do not quit. Every setback is a setup for my comeback. So, guys, the call to action is simple. Look at one area in your life where you failed and ask yourself this: what did I learn? What can I try differently? How can I turn this pain into power? Because remember, failure is a bruise, not a tattoo. Quitting makes it permanently. You quit, it's forever. That makes sense? And some of you, or some people, they reach failure, or failure comes into their life, and it is branded. It's branded. It becomes a tattoo, something that they can never take away. But remember, failure is just a bruise. It's just a tough hit. And you can get up from it. But if you quit, if you throw in the towel, if you say, I quit, that is forever. That is forever. Does that make sense, guys? All right, let's go. Next point. So next point here is discipline, motivation. And we talked about this. We talked about this a little bit the last time, right? Last week, I think. Yeah. And so here we go. So what do you think here? Discipline is motivation. You will never always be motivated. So you must learn to be disciplined. Motivation is a feeling, guys. Discipline is a decision. People with success mindset don't wait for the mood. They honor the mission. So ask yourself, what do you do when you don't feel like it? Do you push through or back up or pull back? Think of someone training for the marathon. They run even in the rain, not because they want to, but because they decided to. That makes sense? Because they decided to. And so, and that's what you need to do. Does that make sense? And so discipline is motivation. You won't always feel like it, but you can always choose to show up. Why discipline wins? Motivation is the spark. It gets you started. But discipline is the engine. It keeps you going. Motivation is emotional. It depends on how you feel. Discipline is internal. It depends on your decision. Depends on your decision. So motivation's limits, guys. Motivation fades on bad days. Motivation stops on bad days, in bad weather, or when you're too tired. You can't rely on feelings to build a business, to lose weight, to write a book, or to develop your skill. That's why so many people start strong, but they never finish. They run out of motivation. Success isn't about who is the most excited, it's about who's the most consistent, guys. So, why discipline? Okay, if motivation is just going to get me started, but it's not going to keep me going, then what is discipline? So, what is discipline? Discipline is doing what you need to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. It's choosing the hard way over the easy way. It's the inner strength to stay aligned with your goals, regardless of distraction, doubt, and delay. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Right? So, real life examples, guys. The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, trains daily at 4 a.m., not because he feels like it, but because he's committed to excellence. The Rock. Serena Williams, the tennis superstar, didn't become a tennis legend through motivation. It was her daily discipline, the drills, the diet, the mindset, the rest that got her to become the one of the best female tennis players in the world. A single mom works two jobs but still studies at night. That is discipline in action. Heroes are not only the celebrities, guys. Heroes are everyday people like single moms, single dads, leaders of their families. So reflect on these questions. Are you only showing up when you feel inspired? Do you have a plan for the days you're tired, sad, lazy, overwhelmed? Are you waiting to feel like it or training yourself to do it anyway? Discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. So, from motivation to momentum, here's the formula many successful use. Many successful people use this formula. Start with motivation, your why, tu por qué, como dice Adriana. Build a daily habit, your how. How am I going to reach this? How am I going to accomplish this? Lean into discipline. Your when you don't want to. When you don't want to do it anymore, discipline needs to take over to keep you going. Gain momentum. Results reinforce the process. Little wins, little victories, you keep going. Once you have momentum, discipline becomes the identity. You don't say, I have to do this. You say, this is who I am. So, guys, I act with discipline, not emotion. With consistency, builds my success. I show up no matter what. Wow. If you could be that type of walker, that type of runner, man, you would be living a super, super healthy lifestyle. And you can follow that with success, with building a business, with creating whatever you want to create in life that will take you to your goal. So, guys, this is what I'm going to say here. Momentum is fleeting. Discipline is forever. You don't need to feel ready. You just need to start, stay steady, and let discipline carry you when momentum disappears. Because in the end, guys, discipline doesn't guarantee success. But without it, Success is impossible. Success is impossible without this. So momentum is a feeling. Discipline is a decision, guys. Hmm? And so I would start with, like I said last week, we were talking about this. I would start with here, good habits. Good habits that'll keep you going. Does that make sense? Uh, what habits are you having some success habits or not? That makes sense. Um, so I shared this with you last week. Let me share this with you again because I think it makes sense and it makes sense for a lot of things that we talk about here. If I try, I win, maybe I'll lose. But if I don't try, I lose. If you don't try, your conclusion is always you lose. If you try, you have two conclusions. You either win or you lose. And based on today's show, if you lose, you learn so that you can keep going to gain the win. So, guys, let that be the lesson, right? Uh, so the thing is this. Remember, last week we spoke about this. We spoke about this. Your discipline is your product. Your name is your brand. Your habits are your investment, guys. And let's focus on that. Your habits are your investment. Your habits need to be disciplined. Discipline needs to be what keeps you going. Does that make sense? So, guys, I will leave you with that. I didn't even check the comments anymore. Yeah, okay. So, guys, have a wonderful evening. Bertha, how's it going? Clarissa, thank you for being here. Maria Roma, thank you. And everybody else that's here. You guys have a wonderful evening, guys. Again, this is Actitud y Pasión. I'm Ray Martinez, your host. And we'll see you next week. And then this is another coaching episode with a topic on success mindset, your daily victories. You want to be successful? This is what you need to be doing right here. Don't be afraid of failure, guys. Failure is just a step to get to success. Does that make sense? Failure is just a step to get to success. So, with that in mind, guys, I will let you go. You have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Y buenas noches. Good night.